Everybody, I have a devotional thought for you today, and I would want to turn to the book of Hebrews, and we're going to go to Hebrews chapter 5. And of course, it'll be up on the screen, but you can follow along with me as I read Hebrews 5:11 through the end of the chapter, which is 14. About this, we have much to say that is hard to explain since you have become dull in understanding. For though by this time you ought to be teachers, you need someone to teach you again the basic elements of the oracles of God. You need milk, not solid food, for everyone who lives on milk, still being an infant, is unskilled in the word of righteousness. But solid food is for the mature, and those whose faculties have been trained by practice to distinguish good from evil. This is a very classic example here of the author of Hebrews who's writing to the Hebrew people and is saying, you guys ought to understand this, but you don't yet, and that's okay. Okay, it should be something that our faith progression, our understanding of Christ and salvation, and how our spiritual maturity, if you will, how that is a constantly changing, growing process. It's not something that we become experts on overnight. It's not something that we grasp every bit of it the moment we have a conversion moment. Following God is a lifelong journey. It takes steps. It changes, things grow, and things become new. Now, yeah, the Hebrew people should have had the best basis for what they were going for here because they had the Jewish base. They knew all of the backstory. And Jesus was here to give them the next bit of the story. But here, as the author says, you ought to understand this, but you don't. So you need to go back to the basics. I know that throughout my life, I have come to points where I wanted to understand more. I'm the kind of person that if I do something, if I get into something, I want to know everything about it. If I'm going on vacation, I need to know all of the best restaurants. I need to find exactly what we're going to do and what the best attractions are, what the hotel is like we're staying at. I want to look at maps. I want to learn everything I can about something. And it's the same about faith. I came to Christ later in life. I wasn't raised as a Christian. I came to Christ as an older person in my teenage years, and I always felt like I was behind. When I got to college and I started taking religion classes, I was in there with people whose parents were pastors or missionaries, and they knew so much more Bible than me, and that drove me nuts. I wanted to learn more. But I needed to understand that it's a journey. And I know that today I'm where I'm at because of the journey it took for me to get here. And I know that all of you, despite your age, despite your life experiences, are at different points in your own faith journey. And that's okay. You need to make sure that you are filling yourself with what God wants for you right now. Okay? Sometimes a baby's not ready to eat solid foods yet. And that's okay. It's still a baby. That's okay. If your maturity in faith is not the same as someone else that you know, that's okay too. You'll get there. You will continue to grow. You will never have it mastered. No one in our faith will ever know all of it. There's always things to grow and to do. And that's an exciting thing about being a Christian and following Christ. We have never found the end. We will never find the end. We will constantly grow and change and become better at who we are as long as we try to do that. The author here in this passage talks about that maybe some people have backslidden, and even that's okay too. Okay, maybe we thought we were ready for that next step, and God had other plans and said, whoa, you hold on, maybe you're not quite ready yet. All of this is okay because it falls within God's plan, and it's done with a heart of someone who wants to grow more. As long as your heart's in the right place and you are wanting to grow closer to Christ, God will honor that and will continue to allow you to grow at your pace with your faith so that when you do come to the end of the journey, you're exactly where God has wanted you to be. Folks, again, thank you as always for sharing these videos. If you need anything, you know how to get a hold of me. Continue to point people to the YouTube page, to the Facebook page, to the website. They're all out there and ready to go. We thank you again for always being a prayer partner with us and for keeping the church alive outside of the building. We are all one body, and we thank you for being a part of that body. God bless.